My name is Jessica Cristal Salvador Cruz. I am in the second semester of the International Business degree. The following story is named The Pandemic Changed Your Habits, Your Story. The pandemic changed your habits, your story. The story began the day that going outside became dangerous. Then I was studying high school. However, I never believed the worst was going to happen to me. My life took a different turn. I will not go into details, but it became a path that I did not know and had to avoid all those stones. Every morning I would wake up, walk on the carpet, and go to the window, just look at the tree in front of my house, in that my days were summed up. As for my friends, my life was always more nostalgic than theirs. Idon is a place where there is silence, but to be honest, mine has always been very noisy. So my days were only rainy and cold. That's where you just remember any movie with a terrifying plot and you wonder, does that really happen? And well, yeah, now I realize that it is more common than some realities. I know you wonder what I am living. I will only mention that life is a Rubik's Cube in constant movement. Sometimes some parts coincide and many other times it is far from being in the place where it should be. I am not being happy, but I am not unhappy either. I use good work each day thinking that tomorrow will be even better. I live in a process that does not let me wake up with the relief of believing that everyone loves me, but I do live in a sway of ideas and those that are often terrifying. We all have a story. Mine began the day I realized that even you should put yourself first over family. The day I clearly saw that truth goes beyond a title of brothers or friends. My history began with an accident. Say people who know what's happening, but I will see it a proof that we are stronger than anything else and that the only thing that has no solution is death. Signs that happening in my house, it is no longer the same. The environment is cloudy. There are questions that have no answer, but you understand and that is what the last few months are submerged in. I was always the kid girl, but who laughed at everything. My laugh was always the most scandalous than that of my friends, and nobody knew it. Would at night I came to cry for no reason under my sheets. The next day I woke up happy to have broke out what were in tears, although sometimes the night was not enough to cry, and did it the school bathroom in I still left there and feel good. Today I know there is pain, but there are no tears, and if there are not, I do not feel relieved. So like any pain, it must heal. It took me 6 or maybe 7 months to realize that the advice from my friends that I was listening to was not enough. It was when in early winter sought help. Therapy what I seemed to need, but now I got the same situation a thousand times over. I believed that what had happened was an event that I should never forget, but in reality I was wrong. Until a few weeks ago, I thought about the fact that I was doing things wrong. At the time, I wasn't really enjoying any of the good things that had happening to me, but when something bad happening to me, I just resorted to blaming myself and saddening myself for life. I am healing. I was about to rehead the great opportunity to continue preparing. I am not so bad anymore, and maybe sometimes it gets better or worse. I don't know, but it is a fact that is not only me who has had things like this. Sure, we are all in a great stage or process. That is why I always mention going to the cell and smiling with your eyes to all those people who look at you in times of pandemic. Wearing a mask that covers half of your face sometimes gives you the advantage of hiding some sadness, but when someone gives you a joyful look, it changes your day from cloudy to sunny, from winter to summer. I did not want to go into details, but I do know that this is how many people feel. I am not a reader, nor did I plan for this to be the best story, but I am being realistic. However, time passed, although not as fast as it seemed. At least for me, each day lasted longer than usual. It took my more than 5, 8, or maybe 12 months to get out of my heavy routine, and I sigh heavy just for the fact that I was an emotional drain. As I left my bedroom and spent more time with my family, I realized that it was not their fault but mine for not leaving the past behind and reading a new story. With of course, it's surely but not having fit well during as this time caused ailments in my body, which were finally cured not by a doctor but by the support of my family. It started on day when I was with my family having lunch. It was bacon with a little egg and a delicious lemonade, and only asked for a small amount since later I would eat a bowl of salad. I took my brothers that days before I went to the doctor since I feel bad about my body, especially with my legs and eyes, as well as having a headache. I didn't really take it too seriously as I thought that they were side effects of a flu that I had a week ago, but after analyzing the situation, I realized that in the last year I did not eating well. I also commented a bit about what happening to my mother, to which she told me, "You should go to the doctor." She was right, but she still wasn't sure, as I thought maybe we weren't getting too alarmed. After thinking this, I came to the conclusion that she really did not lose anything by going to the doctor, and so I did. The doctor is the professional, he looks very expert. I said to myself as I entered my medical office. However, the minutes passed and he began to take my vital things, even asking myself questions about my eating habits and how I was feeling lately. In the end, he gave me my diagnosis and I left. He wanted to read it until he got home so he wouldn't have to travel there worried. I took a taxi because walking is a bit boring for me. During the course, my mother called me on my cell phone and asked me, "How are you? What did the doctor tell you?" To which I replied, "I will read my diagnosis when I get up home. Maybe we will read it together. I will arrive in 10 minutes." During the course, I saw two of my friends in a park while they simulated exercise, squat and jumps. To be more specific, they were also holding a one little bottle of water, which was actually lemon soda. I observed that they were drinking 5 or 6 such on 6 photos, and then they walked home. He was calling her to take his picture. Immediately, a notification from Facebook reached my cell phone in which Dana tagged Lily, and the publication was one of the photos that I looked at just when they were capturing her. The header of that photo said, "Living a healthy life." Although not to my it seemed surreal to my science, I almost always see Dana in the afternoons having dinner at a taqueria that is a block from my house. And on the other hand, Lily hates to exercise, but I couldn't tell her what I thought about it anyway. I got home. I'll be honest, I feel a stomachache. Maybe it was because of the hot dog. There are some junk food places close to home that I booked just before going to the doctor office, so I decided to make a first stop in the bathroom. There late no more than 15 minutes. I immediately went to see my parents. I took out the document that my doctor had given me. I will not make the topic extensive. In short, it said that I was not on my proper way and that because of that it could trigger even more serious health problems. The doctor asked me to try to drink a lot of water and to eat foods from all the groups that are on the plate of good eating, but if I had any doubts, it would be best for me to attend a nutritional consultation and for the specialist to provide me with a consistent diet to my needs. My parents were worried, and as for me, my brothers, they did not take much importance. Personally, I did not think it necessary to attend a nutritionist, but it was then until after a few days I conceived that the way I was feeding was still incorrect signs my head and other parts of my body hurt. Then I commented on it with my parents and that immediately got me a consultation with a trusted nutritionist. When I got there, I noticed that there were posters on the call about some fruits and vegetables. When my consultation began, the doctor asked me in a more detailed way about my eating habits, what I usually eat each day, and how often I do. Unfortunately, he did not receive the expense answer, so after all this he left to give my diet and some advice. The doctor said, "You should drink a lot of water. You shouldn't be sitting or lying down all day. You should walk in the afternoon and do exercise like squats, weights, and jumps." To all this, I asked him, should I avoid eating junk food? Clearly, I knew the answer. I just wanted to corroborate it, and it was. When I got home, my parents read the diet the doctor had given me. They said that the most correct thing would be for all of you to eat the same for your health. So the next day, my parents to the supermarket, to the shopping to start eating healthy right now. Before leaving, they mentioned things like there isn't a new carrots in the fridge. How much carrot do you need us to buy? How much water do you want us to buy? I will buy too many almonds. I'll use get some soap. I'll take a few orange with me. Would you like some lettuce? I wanted them to leave. I honestly felt worried, not just for me, but for them as well, as now they will have to move on the eating foods that they probably don't like. Maybe they were really doing it because they were concerned about their health or used to encourage me to live a healthy life and feel better. After starting to exercise and following a healthy diet, I no longer feel bad, and even every day I wake up feeling more productive and wanting to exercise more. My family was also doing very well. They began to say to they saw changes in their body. They even liking going for a walk every afternoon. My brothers enjoy spending time exercise with us. I remembered Dana and Lily, they maybe just wanted to show they were healthy. People just be uploading photos imitating exercise when reality was not like that. I understood that a healthy life goes beyond just that, and that pain is sometimes a battle that you don't have to overcome alone.